going on, guys? Got a video here for XG the Beast X asking what's the difference between active and passive pickups and what should he buy seeing as he plays hardcore. Well, first I would say I wouldn't necessarily try and get gear that people in hardcore music use. Find what you like and what you're comfortable with first. Not a lot of people play crate, but I stand by crate. I pick crate over Mesa Boogie, Hughes and Kettner, all the big names. I like crate. All my experience with them has been nothing but good, so why fix what ain't broken? Anyways, well, there's active pickups and passive pickups. Passive are what you're gonna find in most of your guitars that you buy stock. Passive pickups are not bad, active pickups are not better. It's preference. Like Willie Adler with Lamb of God, he's got a custom ESP and he chose to have Seymour Duncans in, which are passive pickups. So that's just the sound he wanted. But if you listen to their guitar work, it's very, if you listen to the tone of their amps and everything, it is very mid-rangey, and that's the sound they go for. But passive pickups are low output. They run off the signal from the amp and are controlled by the volume and tone knobs. Passive pickups don't have the extreme highs and lows that active pickups do. They're not as versatile. They're very mid-rangey, so you get kind of one even tone all the time. You really can't mess with it much unless you move the tone knob, but that just makes it drier or wetter. You don't really get lows and highs. And then when you try to mess with it with your amp and try and get those lows and highs and more extremes, you can hear that it's just not able to compensate, and it just sounds passive. It sounds dry. So, but they're not bad. Some people make it work. Then there's active pickups. Active pickups have a preamp built into the pickup housing that requires a separate battery power. It uses that preamp to drive the signal to the amp, it's kind of like, if you guys know what a preamp is, you'll know what I'm talking about. But basically, it just takes in the signal from the strings, you know, what it's picking up from the strings, and you could say it kind of purifies it, makes it stronger, smoother, and you know, it really picks up those nuances, the highs and the lows, and you know, all the little stuff. So with active pickups, you have a very nice broad range of highs and lows that you can really be versatile in, and they're louder, they're cleaner, and you can hear what you're playing. It's not so much just static, it's actual. You can actually really hear it. So but yeah, they're higher output, much higher output. They require, I brought my guitar to show. See right here, this guitar came with active 81 EMGs. The 9-volt, it requires a 9-volt battery, goes right there. And you just plug that in, and it picks up the signal really nicely. And when you plug into an amp with active pickups, you hear the difference. It's just, it really is worth the money. I will say though, don't go buy a crappy guitar, or if you have a crappy guitar, don't spend the $250, $300 it's going to take to put active pickups in a guitar. Save the money. Go buy something like this, $600, that comes with all that stuff, and it's not a crappy, you know, LTD 50 or 100 series guitar. Just you know, like I said, save the money up, get a nice guitar with all the good stuff, because although these active pickups do contribute a huge deal to my sound, and they sound amazing, and I wouldn't pick them for anything else, a lot of other things contribute, like it being a good guitar, well built so it stays in tune. You know, my amp isn't a piece of garbage. You know, you just want to have, make sure everything's good. Don't think just one thing is gonna make your whole rig just suddenly explode and be awesome. So to answer your question, passive pickups, low output, raw signal to the amp. very mid-rangey. Active pickups have a preamp that requires battery power, which is a very high output signal, and you get a very broad range of highs and lows and all the nuances in between. So that's the difference, and which one you should buy, you gotta test them out yourself and listen to what you think sounds better. If you like that dry mid-range, or if you like the nice wet sounds and tones of active pickups, I think you'll go with actives. But I hope that helped out, and any other questions, shoot.